Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out vertical jigging some docks, one of my favorite ways to catch some crappie. Alright you guys, so what I'm using today, going to be two 32nd ounce jig heads, disco silver hammers, and we're just vertical jigging this little dock structure. Dock structures are an absolute great place to find crappie, really any time of the year, particularly spring and fall. And what I got going on here, you see I'm using two poles, guys. A little easier to vertical jig with two poles as opposed to corkfish. But what I'm doing is I got two different colors on each pole. I got glow red on one and disco silver on the other, and I've popped two fish down here so far. I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna get onto some fish or not, so I didn't get the camera running right away, but just popped a couple. Let's hope we catch some more. There's one. Oh, we got into my other set of jigs, dang it. That's gonna be a mess. He's a smaller fish. That's not as big a mess as what I thought. We'll let him go. What's up, guys? The rain came in and drove me off of this fishing trip. There's fishing coming up for you, but I didn't get to share all the information that I really wanted to share. So wanted to take a minute and just kind of show you guys some things that I look for when I'm fishing dock structures like this. All right, guys, so these are some floating slips that are attached to actually a floating dock. I fish all around the edges of these, down in between, and even in between these little cracks like this. If it's big enough I can pull a fish out of, I'm gonna fish it. And the reason is crappie are gonna generally want to get underneath structure like this floating dock, these floating slips here, and it's a really good place to find them. Other areas, if you're fishing a floating dock, you've got these columns that the dock is attached to. Fish right next to those. Another really great spot. Also the corners in general, I generally find fish on. And as you fish these docks, as you're out fishing and get to know these docks more, you're going to find their structure underneath in some of these areas. You're going to find a spot that you get hung up on or something like that. Make a mental note of that. That's structure, and it will generally hold fish. Stationary dock structures like this are also going to have columns that hold these up all along these edges. Another really great place to look for crappie. All right, last spot. You got it. That little crack right there. 3 fingers I can fit there. If you can pull a fish through that, fish it. There's liable to be fish down under there, and that's a spot that a lot of guys don't think to fish. I hope some of those tips help you guys out. Let's get to some fishing, shall we? There's one. That's a big one. He didn't even thump it. That's a real big one. Yeah, check that one out, y'all. Nice fish. Nice hook in my finger. You guys will be excited about this too. I stopped by Big Red's on my way out here. Look at this thing. Bumper. That's a lot easier than a ruler, ain't it? That's about an 11 3/4 inch fish. Well, I'm definitely sorry to say, but that was not necessarily the reason why vertical jigging is fun off of these docks. Like I said, I just lifted up on that fish and he was there. Part of the fun of vertical jigging, guys, is the thump. Man, when those fish just inhale that jig, thump the end of that rod, that is such an awesome feeling. Probably need to check my depth. One thing you guys can do, use your rod to check your depth. Once you catch a fish at a specific depth, keep your jigs at that same depth. So for instance, where I just popped those two fish came pretty much right up above the reel there, so I'm going to adjust my depth using my rod, and then I know I'm down in that area where I've caught fish. There's one. That's a good one too. Set this other rod down, we don't lose him. Oh, dang it. All right, I'm gonna have to put one of these rods down, guys. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a mess on our hands. But yeah, there you go. Another real pretty fish. That one will probably go 11. I don't know if y'all can see it, but he bumps right at 11. Good fish. So using two poles when vertical jigging. As you can see, that was a little bit of a mess, but I do that to try and dial in just exactly what color they might like or what depth they might like. Once I get that dialed in, I catch some fish, then I'm just going with one pole. A lot less hassle for sure. All right guys, the rod I'm going to be using down here today is going to be the ACC Crappie Sticks 7'6" split grip. This is really a casting rod. Being a bank fisherman, well, I need a casting rod. Being a bank fisherman, I'm not on a boat that often, so I don't need a 10, 12-foot jigging rod. This ACC Crappie Sticks 7'6" split grip does just as good a job on vertical jigging these docks as a 10, a 12-foot rod would. And it's a lot shorter and a lot more versatile. If you're a bank fisherman, that's key. There's one. He's just a little guy. Cut it out. You lassoed your tail there, Hot Rod. He'll be an eater next year. All right, we're gonna walk up here, give that little area a little bit of a break, and we're gonna try the shallow corner up here by this bridge structure. All right, now this is gonna be a little tighter quarters, so I hope you guys get a good angle on this. It's a little bit shallower right up here. But if the males have moved up here, should be able to pop a few of them. That may have been a bluegill. There he is. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I saw him come up and hit that jig. And that is a male. Like I said, if the males have moved up, they'll be up here in the shallows. Just a real pretty fish. Got his tuxedo on for the ladies. Get back there and do your business, bud. Yeah, that fish came up and hit that top jig. It was maybe only about 3 inches under the water. All right, that little corner spot up front only yielded that one little male. We gave this spot a little bit of a rest. We'll come back to it here real quick. There he is. Just needed to give it a little break. Come right back and pop another fish. Yep, that's a good looking fish. He's over 10, but just barely. About a 10 and an 1/8. But I think that'll pass inspection. Yeah, I tell you what, if you guys haven't tried vertical jigging off of docks, and you know where there's some docks that allow fishing, go check them out. It's definitely a great place to locate crappie. And like I said, you catch these fish in here in the spring and the fall and really, really be successful. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take that glow red through there one time. See if maybe a different color in front of their face makes a difference. But first we got to tip it with a little nibble. Well, shoot. There's one right there. Yeah, he's a little short though. Right in between those skids. It's maybe about a 9-inch fish. We'll bump it just to make sure. Yep. 9 1/4. Blunk. Let's see if there's another one down there. All right, I think we're going to give this spot a little bit of time to warm back up. And there it is, guys, vertical jigging docks. Great way to locate crappie and just an overall fun way to catch them. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Remember, you can't catch them sitting on the couch. We'll see you on the next one.